It's a rite of passage for the next class of Division I volleyball superstars. It's also a volleyball launching pad. Sports top high school players from around the country are selected to play and train with each other before they embark on their collegiate careers at the Division I level. This is the Under Armour All-America Volleyball Match. And Orlando, Florida, specifically hosting the event. We're on the campus of UCF inside the venue, where a huge crowd is here to watch the next great stars in college volleyball before they get to their schools. Hey everybody, Sam Gore along with Shelby Coppage. You know, Shelby, we spend the regular part of the season in college volleyball watching a lot of these great players that started in this event. What does it mean to them?
This event is a transition from not just high school, but to the most elite schools you could possibly play at. You will see some of these players in the national championship, on billboards, in commercials. They become stars. And many of these players, we've called in the past years that go on to do huge things at the collegiate level.
Yeah, it's fun to flash back some of the games greats that were actually in the, as you pointed out, the national championship this year, got their start in this match. And it is always fun to see how their careers progress from this point. It is a who's who of high school volleyball superstars. So many of these players will go on to greatness. And a lot of times that breakout moment occurs in this match. So they have divided the group up into two teams, the Roses team and Team Pearls. So obviously Team Roses will be in the red, that's Team Pearls in the white. And they will play a best-of-5 set match just like they will in college this coming season. And I'm excited to see who breaks out today, Shelby.
And what's funny is whoever gets MVP or those players that do break out, they always go to have an awesome career. So the All-America match is always very on par with their future at the D1 schools.
Yeah, last year Sully Davis was the MVP. She had a fantastic year at BYU and will be playing at SMU next season. There's also an Under Armour All-America football game later this week. So a lot of the football players come over and watch the volleyball, but it's a massive crowd here inside the venue on the campus of UCF. And you know, Shelby, I mentioned us spending part of our year at the college level in volleyball, but you'll find very few venues this loud.
I was literally just thinking to myself, Sam, I forget how loud it is in here. It is such an event this entire week leading up to this match. The whole football team is here to the left of your screen. It's just awesome to see the arena so packed and loud. So
Genevieve Harris, a 5'10" setter from Raleigh, North Carolina, who will be playing for Texas next season, will be serving to start the match. Team Roses in the red, Team Pearls again in the white. And we'll see players coming in and out of the match. A lot of substitutions. Everybody will play a lot today. So here we go, first serve. And off the slide, a kill right away by Lainey Tarno, a middle from Illinois, who will be going to Wisconsin next season.
Getting a kill off the slide for the opening point of the match, that just shows you how elite these players already are.
Two for two. Tarno, 2 swings, 2 kills.
I don't expect to see too many overpasses. This is simply giving Tarno a free ball, which Team Rose knows. Take a little bit off. Make sure your setter has a chance to set up her hitters.
Claire Thiebaud back to serve. She'll be playing at Louisville next year. It's from College Station, Texas, home of the national champion Texas A&M Aggies, and an ace fired by Thiebaud as well. Good start for Team Pearls, but they are coached by the legendary Russ Rose. Nice up by Thiebaud. And then a kill on the left side by number 23 in white, Haley Bergdorf, who will be playing at Penn State next season.
Nice shot selection by Bergdorf, going for that left front cut shot, not trying to bounce balls, just trying to be smart, out hit the blocker in that left back spot.
First point of the match for Team Roses off the service error. And let's see if they can capitalize on it. Audrey Flanagan will be back to serve, but there's Russ Rose, a legend. He'd be on the Mount Rushmore of college coaches, the all-time winningest coach in NCAA history in terms of match wins, 7 NCAA championships at Penn State. And he's had a lot of fun this week. That is tight to the net. Point Team Roses.
Every year, Sam, it seems like one team goes on a run early on, then the other side starts to get settled and figure it out. Some of these players have played together, but it's hard to adjust to a new team so quickly.
And there's a lot of pride on the line. You may think that because this is basically an all-star game, they're not as into who's winning. That's not true.
Oh, no.
They want to win. It's the lefty swing by Hickman. Out of the middle, a block. Wow, Tarno with the stuff.
Tarno has the slide attack, the block, the overpass kill. She's doing it all. She's staying patient, making sure her arms are pressing, and that celebration, bringing that energy.
First 7 points, Tarno's the MVP. Again, another nice swing by Sarah Hickman. She'll take that big lefty swing to Stanford next season and will be an engineering major.
Great swing, really pulled off the net, but still able to find those fingertips.
Harris putting up the set. There's the attack by Robinson. And that is put down by Haley Thompson. Hallie Thompson will be going to Wisconsin. Looking forward to playing for Kelly Sheffield, she told us this week. Harris, another set in the middle. Williams can't get it to go down. Wow, another good swing by Hallie Thompson. How about Team Pearls? They're crushing it, and Team Roses is going to take a timeout right now.
I like your point about Tarno. You said MVP at the first couple points.
Yeah.
We need to look into when's the last time the All-America match had a middle blocker MVP?
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah, we got to look into that one.
I don't think we have. Well, obviously these players are at the advanced stage of their career, but we asked them when they fell in love with the sport for the first time.
Was like, you should try volleyball. I think it's going to be really fun. And I was like, ew, definitely not. And then I tried it, and I was like, wow, like, this is even more fun than basketball. Like, it was insane. I was like, I've never loved something this much.
I fell in love with volleyball in my 15th year when I switched clubs, and I was low-key falling out of the love of volleyball. And then as 15s went on, I was like starting to get my confidence and build relationships with my teammates.
I fell in love with the game of volleyball around the age of 13. I started playing when I was about 8 years old, and then my club team actually made it to the national championship for the first time in 14 Open.
Probably when I was 8 or 9, and I just grew up watching Utah volleyball because my dad coached at the University of Utah, so I grew up like going to all the games, and the girls babysat me, so I kind of just wanted to be them, and then they started training me like random privates and stuff, and then that's just when I fell in love with volleyball.
I want to say like 9 or 10 years old when I first started. I played other sports growing up. I ran track and I played soccer. I definitely fell in love with volleyball pretty early.
I think I've always had a really strong love for the game ever since I was little and I just started playing. I feel like I have always just had so much passion for it and loved being competitive.
Well, after the timeout, Team Roses still has not gotten a side out. That serve just out, so finally Team Roses will have the serve. This court's interesting to me, Shelby, because the black line is out, but you could easily make the mistake if you're receiving serve or even serving that the whole baseline black part.
You're always one step ahead of me, because when that ball went out, I thought it would have been in.
Yeah,
and look at the players. Thought might have the same thing.
It's the thin black line.
Got to be very court aware in every place you play in.
Another big block by Team Pearls. This time it is Sarah Hickman that got most of that. Hickman, a first-team All-American this year. Another multi-sport athlete, was a soccer player. And now Tarno, the middle, that has been so impactful here in this first set. Back to serve.
Let's see if she gets a dig.
And there's the first kill, Lena Heike.
Have to appreciate how much the middles are being ran right now. That just shows you how on point the passing is. The net wide open for Heike. The block not able to get 4 strong hands against her. Setter's doing a good job running that fast tempo offense.
Taylor Stanley, who'll play at Kansas next year with a service error. And the lead builds for Team Pearls. Just like the college game, they go to 25, win by 2. And if there would be a 5th set, it would go to 15, win by 2. Hickman back to serve. Good serve. Was it touched? Oh, yeah. It said it was a touch.
What a slide approach that was. The set was really off the net, really high for Heike, but that was exactly where she wanted it. That shows you how quickly the hitters and setters force that connection with just 2 days of practice.
JJ Robinson back to serve now. She'll be going to Nebraska, was on the U19 national team last year. Oh, nice. Nice up by Team Roses. Little miscommunication there. And that is put down off the slide again by Kendall Northern, who will be playing at Penn State next season.
And Northern said that she's most excited to play with Alexis Stuckey. Yeah. Clearly trying to show Stuckey right now, hey, you can give me the slide and feel comfortable.
Stuckey will be at Penn State next season. She's a former MVP of this event. In fact, last year, Alexis Stuckey was a coach. She was an assistant. That serve goes out, point Team Roses. It is so much fun, though, Shelby, to see these players in this match. And then even next season, they're on just a massive stage.
And then talking to them at practice, we were saying it feels like yesterday Harper Murray was right here. Tori Stafford, Olivia Babcock, all the greats were in their shoes and go off to do huge things.
Back serving for the Pearls, Emma Cugino.
So back to serve now as Kendall Northern came in for Cugino to serve. Another slide attack. That's sent over by the libero, which in college she wouldn't have been able to do that. That's number 1 for Team Roses. Gabriela Rodriguez will be playing at Texas A&M. She attacked.
You know your rules, Sam. That's true. Libero cannot attack in front of the 10-foot line. Got to set behind the 10-foot line.
That had to feel good. And then a dump by the setter, Thiebaud. So it's been all Team Pearl so far. They've won 15 of the first 21 points. We have our first timeout here in this opening set. Here in SMU jersey playing for Sam Erger. First set, and it has been all Team Pearl so far. That was touched. So Team Roses gets that point. Audrey Flanagan, who's worked with our teammate at ESPN, Holly McPeak, for years. She's from Redondo Beach, California, will be playing at Wisconsin. How do you go from Redondo Beach to Wisconsin?
Always my first question,
yeah,
how?
That's a big adjustment.
But the Furbringers are definitely a big part of that decision.
Yeah. Tarno again. She's been the most dominant player in the match so far.
And again, spreading out the net, the slide now on the shoot attack, going through the hands.
Wisconsin's Tarno's dream school too, by the way. She's been going to camps there since she was a little girl. There's Tarno putting up the set. Hickman is blocked. A good job by the block of Team Roses. And it looked like Robinson. That was Robinson that got most of that. We'll be going to Nebraska. Robinson's can hit with both her right and left hand. Hickman tools the block.
Sarah Hickman, point
And talking to these players at practice, they have a really good grasp on knowing the block is their friend. You can see right here, Hickman going off the hands, trying to just clip that fingertip, get that touch for the kill.
Hickman's got the dual weapon, #1 in white. She's 6'5", and she's a lefty.
And a lefty.
Yeah. There's Sarah Hickman, who'll be playing for Kevin Hambley at Stanford next year. She was the #1 ranked right side in this year's class by a lot of recruiting services. Back to serve Taylor Stanley. And she'll be playing for Matt Ulmer and the Jayhawks next season. Here's Hickman. And Hickman and Tarno for Team Pearls have basically been unstoppable.
Matt Ulmer, who sang the national anthem at the national championship. I was shocked. I had no idea that the Kansas head coach, Taylor Stanley's new coach, had so many talents.
And when I did a match there earlier this year, they played Kansas State. He sang the national anthem of that one.
You didn't do the one I did. That's awesome.
So Team Pearls right now is hitting over 600 in this first set. And back to serve now is J.J. Robinson. Good serve down the line, served it at Bergdorf. Settling under it, Harris. And number 17 in red, Elena Hakey, who will play at Minnesota next year, gets the kill.
Harris putting that ball exactly where Hakey needed it on the slide. Really low set, forcing Hakey to speed up that footwork.
Oh, another good serve by Robinson. Oh, she had plenty of time and missed it. Allie Thompson unable to connect, so another point for Team Roses. You mentioned it earlier, Shelby, it's true. The history of this event, we've been doing it, one team will get off to a huge, fast start, and then the other team gradually catches back up. So now Roses is within 5.
It's truly almost every year.
Yeah, and here we go. 4-point lead. And this run is behind the serve of J.J. Robinson, who will play for Nebraska next year. And Russ Rose, the legendary former coach of Penn State, calling a timeout as Team Roses is catching up. Remember, this set's going to 25, win by 2.
Team Roses trying to do everything they can to stop Pearls from getting to that red zone. That 20-point mark really gets in your opponent's head. Only 5 more to end the set.
And we talked about Russ Rose coaching Team Pearls, but there's Danielle Scott. She is...
And also not be so single-minded here, but have our arms work independently on the block. So building the team and going cross-court. Really nice work and energy out there. Let's go!
Hey, keep rolling and take care of the easy things so it makes our life easier, right?
Roses on 3!
1, 2, 3, Roses!
Hey, right here.
Yeah, Danielle Scott, a 5-time Olympian.
And also works for Love, the League One Volleyball. Just stays in volleyball. Knows so many pro players, still involved with the club level at high school. The GOAT of volleyball, along with Coach Rose.
Now Russ Rose now lives in Florida. So after many years coaching at Penn State, he and his wife are over in the Sarasota area. Remember, he had Penn State at one point on a 109-match win streak. So this run by Team Roses has been behind the serve of J.J. Robinson. Let's see if they can keep it going. Thiebaud decides to take it over herself. That was a good decision. Point Team Pearls.
What a dump by Thiebaud. I thought that ball was going over the net for sure. Could see she would dump it, but did not expect her to go behind her head. Love the deception.
Thiebaud, a 6-foot setter who will play for Dan Meskey at Louisville next year. Back row attack is wide. The swing was by Taylor Stanley. And so Team Pearls now on a 2-0 run after that last timeout. Back to service Allie Thompson. Check out some of Hallie's content she creates on TikTok.
Yeah, Hallie will tell you when we said, okay, make sure I'm saying Hallie right. She said, yeah, Hallie, like Halle Berry. I would say that too if my name was Hallie.
She has a twin brother. Hakey serving. Good serve. Wow, that was a bullet right down the line. Put a radar gun on that.
And as almost every collegiate coach we talk to, Sam, will say it's a serve and pass game. Never gets old of hearing it. Every single match, it's all about how hard can we serve and how good can we pass.
Heike, her special talent, she can raise one eyebrow. Can you do that?
What did you say? It was the eyebrow of the people?
No, she can raise one of her eyebrows. Thought that was pretty cool.
It was cool.
Like Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. See if she does it here before she serves.
She's too much in the zone for that.
She's going to play at Minnesota next year. Wants to study kinesiology there.
Checking for Team Pearls, Laura Eicher.
Went to the U21 World Championship, as did a lot of these players on the floor last summer in Indonesia, competing for Team USA.
Nice serve.
Wow, Keegan Cook's got to be happy with Heike. She's a middle and is just serving bullets over here. Unreturnables. She's cut the deficit to 2. Team Pearls has led from the very first point. Team Roses has never gotten the lead, and now they're within 1 to tie.
And a big part of that has been the passing for Team Pearls, really struggling at keeping it off the net right now. Whenever you're struggling, just keep it 10 feet off the net, 20 feet in the air. Make it really easy for setter Blair Thibault to set up any pin hitter.
Checking for the Pearls, Hallie Thompson.
Heike for the tie. And Team Pearls just seems like whenever Team Roses gets close, they find a way to get a point. Here's the latest.
Just all sorts of out of system, but still make it work. That's what scrappy teams do well.
Team Pearls led this match 10-2 to start it. We're going to 25, win by 2. Nice up, good save by number 23, Bergdorf. Rodriguez puts it up, sent over by Harris. Bergdorf terminates from the left pin.
I like that set by Blair Thibault. It could have gone high to the outside, but shoots this ball really low. That forces the outside's footwork to speed up, not giving the blockers for Team Roses much time to set up.
It was a great job defensively by Kendra Northern, too. Just served, and then there's Tarno. Tarno has been dominant in this set every time she's been on the floor.
Keep the ball off the net when you're facing Lainey Tarno. She's going to shove it right back down your throat and get a team a point.
Tarno, 3 swings, 3 kills. Already has a couple of blocks. Off the slide. Nice dig by Thompson. And then securing the point for Team Roses is Kiani Williams, number 11 in red. She'll be wearing that red next year, playing for Danny Busboom Kelly at Nebraska. Genevieve Harris back to serve. She started the match serving North Carolina's Gatorade High School Player of the Year. Tarno, again, just perfect. And that brings up set point for Team Pearls.
Checking for the Pearls, Sarah Hickman. Back serving Blair Thibault. Set point Pearls.
So back to serve on set point, Blair Thibault. There's a block, and the set goes to Team Pearls. And it was honestly Lainey Tarno who was the MVP of that set. We'll have a live interview when we come back to Orlando. Charlie Furbringer was last year's UA Next All-American Game MVP.